Here I've added some glue for the rim of the nests. And this looks weird because I only had straight cardboard on hand. I recommend you have curved. This is okay though. Now if you wanted to see why I made the nest, sub or check out the description because its sister video is linked there. Here I've taken some glue and I've wet my dingy old brush to spread that glue around. And you don't want to use a good brush for this because it's glue and that'll inevitably get stuck to the bristles. So I recommend you use an older brush for this. But do wash your brush because, I mean, you don't want to lose it. You just want to use an older one. That way you minimize damaging your newer ones. The mixture says 2 parts Sculptamold to 1 part water. Because I can't be bothered to measure, I'm gonna eyeball it. Now we stir. It probably needs more water. It also says you can add more Sculptamold to the mixture as I've done here, which will hopefully make it a bit thicker so it's more readily usable. This can happen sometimes, but I happen to have a ton extra and I really don't know what to do with it. That's a bummer. Now the video title says tutorial, but this is more of an experiment. And the current experiment is using sawdust for ground particles, just to see how well they cover. Next I'm going to put on the eggs, because this is an oviraptoroid nest. Now for the visualization of the eggs, I just put them there so you can tell it's a nest. Now I can throw this in an oven to get it to cure faster. I can do that for 10 minutes at 240 degrees. Now I've mixed up a lovely batch of glue water, but I don't have a spare spritz bottle, so I'm just going to brush it on. For absolute worst, because look, the sawdust is loving me right now. And I knew that would be a problem. But I don't have a spritz bottle, so I'm going to have to work around that, I guess. Just sprinkle on more. Alright, now I have the sawdust again. Let's just sprinkle it ever so lightly on. I'm beginning to think sawdust wasn't a good idea and I should have just gone texture paste. But it is far too late for that now. And now, I'm gonna dump all this off. I'm gonna go bake it in the oven. Let's see how it works. Now this palette was just so I could use a palette, but you can just use like tin foil that has upturned edges or like a plastic lid or something. Whatever you got on hand should work for a palette as long as it's non-absorbent, because that'll dry the paint faster by sucking the water out of it. Now using the colors on screen, which are white, yellow, red, brown, brown, and black, which I never wound up using the black, I paint up the nest, going for more of a sandy tone. And while painting, I only really use 3 techniques. 1, base coating, which means just putting paint on it. 2, dry brushing, which is putting less paint on it. And 3, washes. I don't really have any further explanation for base coating, so I'll get to dry brushing. That's when you rub it back and forth on a paper towel or something to reduce the moisture in the paint so that it only catches the edges. And washing is just more water. That's it, it's just more water. Now with the paint, let's paint this up. This is just the base coat. Some sawdust is going to come off and be all clumpy and nasty. And I'm prepared for that situation, though I'm mad about it. Alrighty, I have more paint here. As you can see, it's surprisingly difficult to make something look like dirt, so if anybody tells you you like dirt, let them know that that's actually quite difficult to do, so thank you, I guess. With that joke out of the way, it is actually kind of difficult to do dirt. But look at the color variation. I definitely didn't do that on accident. Now I fitted it up with all the eggs. Still have a couple touch-ups to do, some white there, but you can see it's looking pretty good for a nest. Once again, I've linked the accompanying video in the description if you want to see that. And like, comment, and sub if you want. And maybe if you found this kind of boring, share it with someone you don't really like that much. And tell them to watch till the end. This has been Sculptamold Nest full tutorial. Please like and subscribe. And these eggs are part of an upcoming video, so if you want to see how I made them, watch that. It's coming out on Easter Day 2024. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video. I'm out.